Okay, so on this question, it's asking us the graph of the slopes of the red function is which color. So this red function, they want us to take the slopes of the red function and find out if those slopes are graphed in the blue, the black, the yellow, or the green. I mean, the orange or the green. You can see the answer is orange. How do we know that? Well, here's the deal. So the slopes of the red. So first off, you got to find the slopes of the red. What's the, imagine you're on the roller coaster. Here we are on the red function. We're going down. That's a negative slope. We're doing downhill. Then right about here or so, we hit kind of a zero slope, kind of flat. Maybe we're going up a little bit, maybe just barely positive. I guess it's barely positive. And then over here, it's back to a negative slope again. So we're looking for a function, excuse me, whose heights go negative, barely positive, and then negative again. Does that make sense? The slopes, if you're riding the red roller coaster here, you're going negative slope, maybe zero, maybe a little bit positive, and then negative. Negative, barely positive, negative, right? So we're looking for to graph that with heights. You'd have to have a function whose height is negative, barely positive, negative. So which function is that? Let's take a look. Which function starts out negative? Well, the blue starts out with a negative height, and so does the orange. The green and the black are out right away because they start off with a positive height, don't they? See how both the green and the black start out positive heights. I know that's what's confusing is we're changing from slopes to heights. Slopes on the red graph become heights on the other graphs. That's what it means. That's what it means to change from slopes to heights. Okay, so it can't be these guys. No, these guys are out. It's not the green, it's not the black because they start out with positive heights, and you're supposed to start off with a negative. Our red graph started with a negative slope, so we're looking for one of these two, which start off with a negative height. And which one goes negative, then barely positive? See, it's the orange. Yeah, barely goes positive and then back to negative. The blue also is positive. If you look at the blue, it is a positive height. And right here, it's a, that's, I'm confused. It's a negative height right here. And then it's a positive height, the blue function, and then a negative height. So it does go positive, negative, positive, negative, but it does it too much. See how the orange one also starts off with a, wait, hold everything. There we go. The orange one also starts off with a negative height and then barely a positive height in the middle there, barely positive, and then back to a negative height. That's the one. That's how we know it's the orange. Let's look at another one. How about this one? Again, you're riding the red roller coaster. And so here you are. You're going what? Positive, really positive, positive slope, right? And then right around here, the tip top, you hit a zero slope, flat for just a second. And then you're kind of going you're going downhill, negative slope. Then right about here for a second, you hit a zero slope. And then you finish up with a positive slope. So then we're going to look for heights on the other functions, the other graphs that start out positive. So the slopes on the red function become heights on the others. Which one does that faithfully? Well, so it's got to start out with what? Positive slopes. So start out with positive height. So it's either the yellow or the green. They start out with positive height. The black and the blue are out no way, right? Because they start off with negative height. It starts out with positive slope. It's got to start off with positive height. So it's one of these two, positive height. Now, how do you know which one? Well, they both start out positive height, zero, negative height, zero, positive. Oh, actually, the green never hit zero. See how the green, the green's out. It's the orange. There it is. End of story. Yeah, the green never hits a zero height. See, the green, the lowest it goes is right there. Whereas the orange, he hits a zero height right there, and he hits a zero height right there again, just like our red roller coaster has a zero slope right there and a zero slope right, yeah, right above that and right above that. That's perfect. It is the orange one. So there we go. Slopes on the red become heights on the orange. So it's the graph of the slopes.